Colin Kaepernick. Should the Detroit Lions sign Colin Kaepernick? That is the question we are going to be answering in this video. Let's get it started. Saturday, there will be an invitation, like a little tryout kind of thing for Colin Kaepernick, where teams can send coaches, staff over there to go watch Colin Kaepernick and see how he performs. And then they could possibly make a decision that they want to sign him back into the league. Now, Colin Kaepernick hasn't been in the league for over 3 years, I believe, and that is because of a lot of controversial things. But he's still a talented quarterback, and a lot of people believe that if he hadn't had those controversial things come up, he would be in the NFL because he is that talented. Well, Saturday will be an opportunity for him to get himself recognized again. I guess like re-recognized. I don't know if that's a word, from a lot of NFL teams. And maybe the Detroit Lions are one of those teams that will be interested. No, they won't. I don't think there's any way possible the Detroit Lions will sign Colin Kaepernick. Let me just say that right off the bat. That is why this video is not titled, Will the Lions sign Colin Kaepernick? No, it's Should the Lions sign Colin Kaepernick? Because I don't see there's any possible way. I see Colin Kaepernick. I don't think there's any way the Detroit Lions sign Colin Kaepernick. Why? Well, because they are trying to control the locker room, and they turned away Quandre Diggs for speaking out. If you're turning away Quandre Diggs for speaking out, and you're bringing in Colin Kaepernick, now you're just basically being a hypocrite. Okay, that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know what exactly Quandre Diggs did, but that kind of attention that Colin Kaepernick will bring if you sign him, a guy that hasn't been in the league in 3 years, but yet he's been the talk of a league a lot of times. If you sign him to your roster, all the attention is going to Detroit, baby. And I know we want some attention, right? But maybe not that kind of attention. Now, I'm not going to lie. Colin Kaepernick was a very, very talented quarterback. I mean, he even went to the Super Bowl with Jim Harbaugh, which is kind of ironic because I want to let you guys know in my Michigan video, whether you watched it or not already, I actually got a stat wrong. I said the Detroit Lions. I said Michigan lost. Wow, I always see that kind of thing gets me. I said Michigan lost 42-41 to Ohio State with Jim Harbaugh. That's not true. That happened in 2013. I was actually trying to talk about the 2017 year when they lost 31-20. Okay, so just keep that in mind if you guys watched that. If you already watched it or you're watching this one after, whatever. Maybe I messed it up. I put it in the comments. I put it in the chat. I just messed it up. Okay, I'm sorry. But should Colin Kaepernick be a Detroit Lion? Okay, now there's definitely some pros, there's some cons. The pro, he's probably going to be better than Jeff Driscoll. I know a lot of people believe that he is still a very talented quarterback, and even though he missed 3 years and he's going to take a little bit of time to get used to the NFL experience again because practicing and playing a game are just completely different, even though it's going to take time for that to happen, he still is probably better than Jeff Driscoll. And there's a lot of people actually out there that believe that Jeff Driscoll won't win a game with the Detroit Lions as long as he's our quarterback this season. Ooh, that's kind of a tough way to say it. Well, when you look at our team, we don't have a very good defense. We can't run the ball very well. So, yeah, I kind of understand why you would say that. And Jeff Driscoll is obviously not Matthew Stafford. Whoever tries to say that, you need to stop. Please, he is not on Matthew Stafford's level. I'm sure there's a couple of people out there that think that. I'm sorry, please try to explain. Okay, either way, this would be a very talented quarterback, right? Now, there's definitely pros and cons. You don't know what you're going to get out of him. You have no idea. Yes, you're going to see a tryout Saturday, but that doesn't tell you the whole story of what you're going to get out of this player. Also, the Detroit Lions really can't afford another loss. They basically have to run the table to have any chance of a playoffs. But that is why his name has come up for the Detroit Lions, because they lost Matthew Stafford, and they're in a position where they have to run the table, and maybe Colin Kaepernick is our Nick Foles. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Nick Foles did in the playoffs. This would be a regular season type of thing, but maybe it could be like flipped around. Like maybe this Colin Kaepernick, Nick Foles, takes us to the playoffs, and Matthew Stafford, who's, I don't know, maybe Matthew Stafford kind of takes over like I'm healthy, and then he wins throughout the playoffs. I don't know. Crazy stuff can happen, so maybe that would be the case. But the Detroit Lions are still believing that this is a chance that they can actually win out, and they're still fighting for the playoffs this season. Maybe it does make sense to go get a talented quarterback in Colin Kaepernick. Now, it is a very big risk. He could be awful. He could be terrible when you bring him back. He can throw 5 interceptions, and guess what? You ain't going to make it up. But what's worse? Not trying and, just losing by like 7 again with Jeff Driscoll, and having a terrible offense, or, the good thing that comes out of using Jeff Driscoll again is he'll learn, he'll have experience, and maybe he'll be your future backup. But if you bring Colin Kaepernick, there's that chance that, yes, it could be terrible, but it also could be great, and he could be a game changer, and he could potentially lead us to a lot of wins. Okay, he's done it before with the 49ers. So that's the question. Now, that's what I want you guys to answer in the comments below. Should the Lions sign him? Don't say will the Lions sign him, because you can answer that question. I just don't see it happening. Now with the way Lions are trying to control the locker room, whether it's right or not, I just don't see it happening. But should they sign Colin Kaepernick? That is the question. Please answer that in the comments below. I don't know. I think, again, there's pros and cons of both sides. The cons are you're going to bring a lot of attention, and he could possibly be awful. But the pros are you're taking a risk, yes, but really, what do you have to lose at this point? You're 3-5-1. Let's be honest. What do we have to lose? Why not try something? And he could be a really good quarterback and possibly be our Nick Foles. Like I said, I use that way too many times. You know what? I thought it was a good, what do you call that? Analogy? It's not a pun. I'll tell you that. It's a metaphor. Not a metaphor. I don't know what it is. I think it's an analogy. It's something. It's English. I'm not good at English. So there you go. Would you sign Colin Kaepernick to Detroit Lions? Should Detroit Lions do it? Let me hear your thoughts, comments below. Thank you, Pride, for watching, and I'm out.